All right, here with Jeff Scott in this beautiful stadium here. Jeff, I want to talk to you about the new guys coming in. One of the nice things about the early signing period is we can do that now at these events. Start off by talking about Spectre. Obviously the other guys get a lot of publicity. I saw him play. I would say he's, maybe the best 13 coming in that you guys have had.
Yeah, we're really excited about Brandon. Had him in camp for 2 years, and his last year at camp, he was awesome. He played wideout and also safety. Did a great job in high school. Very athletic, moves very well, had really good hands, natural, hard worker. It was one of those situations where, coming into camp, we weren't sure if he was a safety or wide receiver because he played both in high school. And after one session in camp, I went over to Coach Sweeney and said, hey, I have no reservations. This isn't about his dad or about his brother. If he had no connection to Clemson, he would be an offer for us. And so that made it really easy. I don't think he was quite expecting the offer that day. But, you know it when you see it and you know it when you don't. And it was very obvious watching him at camp that he had a lot of the things that we're looking for. And I'm really excited. And I think it's awesome he's going to get the opportunity to wear number 13 and kind of keep that tradition going. What's
it like bringing in a guy like that grew up with a passion for Clemson, with the family he's got?
I think it's awesome. It's in this age of recruiting where you can go all over the country to find guys. It's still really special to find guys that grew up watching Clemson and loving Clemson and had that passion. And for him to be able to kind of reach one of his dreams and get an opportunity to play in Death Valley, I think it's pretty special, and I think that'll also kind of become contagious within our room as whenever he gets here, just the passion that he brings for Clemson.
Let's go out to California. Obviously, you guys are going coast to coast. Talk about Joe and what he's going to bring to the table.
Yeah, he's our first. It's the first time in 10 years that I've ever gone to California to recruit a prospect. Coach Sweeney really challenges us if we're going to go far away from South Carolina. Then number one, it better be a special young man, and number two, it better be a special kind of franchise-type player. And watching his video, we actually had a coach of Scott Pagano is the one that sent us the video because he knew one of the coaches at Folsom High School. And he sent the video to Coach Sweeney. Coach Sweeney forwarded it to me, and I checked it out and said, well, let me see if I can get him on the phone. And after talking to him for about 5 minutes, I said, hey, this guy's pretty special. And so I went out there, and that's kind of where it got kicked off. And he and his family came out to our place. But very explosive, great size. He reminds me of several of the guys that we've had in the past. DeAndre Hopkins, Sammy Watkins kind of has a little bit of both of their traits. So and also just a very unique young man. I kind of said he's the very similar to Christian Wilkins at the wide receiver position. And I think that's about as big a compliment as you can have in our program.
All right, went into Miami's backyard, pulled out another 5-star down there, Frank. Talk about him.
Yeah, we've got a good track record of getting wide receivers out of Florida. Frank was a guy that Coach Venables and Coach Reed had brought to my attention, and got an opportunity to meet him and his family. They came up, and that was probably the first thing that jumped out as just special young man, special family. And obviously that part of South Florida has put out a lot of really good receivers in the past few years that have gone to other schools, and we think he's the next one out of that area that has a chance to be special. Great length and some of the best speed and acceleration of any guys we've recruited last few years.